What is going on, everybody? Thomas here from the Three Buff Guys. I'm joined here, as always, by my pa, Richard, and my brother, William. How are you guys doing today?
Fine, thank you, Thomas. Doing very well. How are you?
Doing stellar. Beautiful weekend. Happy to be here. Happy to be on the phone with you guys.
And you, William?
Yeah, I'm doing not too bad.
Okay. Right. Quick question for the two of you. Which episode is this? How many have we done?
This is 32.
Yep. Well done. I guess you probably see it at the top of your screen as well. You can read as well as I can. But
No, I just remember it so well. I remember so just like that.
Okay, so episode 32. We've come a long way. Literally.
Very much so.
Let's see where we are. Oh, wrong one. Is that the right one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looks good. Okay. So there we were back in September 2018, 2019, 2020, and 21, 3 years later. And you can see two new pictures from me and William. William, tell us about it.
All right, so this week was my birthday week, which I overdid it food-wise. And I don't regret it. It's just a little minor setback, but it's worth it, and I wouldn't have changed it anyway. And when was this? Friday? So 2 days ago, I went with Daddy up to the Montulisari. It's a mountain on the border to Carinthia. It's a very strenuous hike, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, for those watching, this place has big significance for us as a family because it must have been more than 10 years ago. Myself, William, Thomas, and my wife. English people are very strange. They'll go for years and do nothing, and then one day they'll say, "Oh, let's go and climb a mountain." So I said to William and to Thomas and to my wife, "Let's go and climb a mountain. It's not really very steep. It's fine. I did it a few weeks ago. You'll be fine." And they were gullible enough to believe me. Now, this was painful for Thomas. It was painful for Thomas's mum as well.
Mm.
We all have memories, but the memories we have are different. I think back then it took us 3.5 hours to get to the top because it's 1.5 kilometers pretty much straight up. It seems to be almost vertical. So 1.5 kilometers, what's that? That's more than a mile. And this time it was somewhat easier. William and myself, we were at the top in less than 2 hours, which for both of us was a very impressive achievement. And there you see William up at the top. And this was me after we'd enjoyed a very pleasant lunch and replenished some of the liquid that we'd sweated out on the way up. So this is a good way to start September. So Thomas, we need a picture of you so that we can see how you're developing. Distance-wise, I'm on track to make it to America. Thomas sent his updated kilometers. We need yours as well, William. But I figure that you're around about the same as Thomas. But just send them to me, and I'll update the chart there. So when we look back on the week, I'll start. What went well? What went well was the achievement going up the mountain. This was something I particularly enjoyed. It was good to be leading this time and leading with ease. It was good to be overtaking people as we were walking up and seeing that I was doing better than them. So that was good. So for that, I'm feeling in a good mood and feeling happy. For my challenge, the punch bag is still in the garage, still in the bunker, still on the floor. I've made some progress though. I've taken the step ladder down, so I'll try and lift it up today, but I haven't been working out on it. It's not been, in terms of health and fitness, in terms of food and drink and weight loss, it's not been the best of weeks. I've done some walking. I've done a bit more walking than the previous week. I've done a lot more eating and drinking and a lot less weighing. And you will see later on that there's a price to pay. So that's me. What about you, Thomas?
Well, it's been a good week, a busy week. Moved into my new house, so that's exciting. I feel really, really good. The challenge of a half hour doing lengths in the swimming pool. I'm actually very proud to say I beat that challenge by about 10 minutes. We did about 40 to 45 minutes, give or take a couple minutes. Went down to the pool that's last Sunday. It was nice. It was tough, but I think I did pretty good. I stopped a few times. One of the things I realized that in swimming properly again, which is something I haven't really done in a very long time, is how much lower my lung capacity is now. I remember when I used to swim at home, because we had a pool at home. We still have a pool at home. There's you swim all the time. I hold my breath for much longer, and now it's like you swim and you're like after a much shorter amount of time. So I definitely think that I've got to do a little bit more to improve my lungs. So it's been a good week, and that was a fun challenge, one that I'm certainly going to miss being able to do for a little bit. But I think there's a lot of rec centers around here, community centers, where you can do that. So I definitely think Lily's going to be dragging me to those.
Yeah, it'll be difficult because you don't have it on the doorstep anymore, so you need to motivate yourself to go there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll cycle down there.
Look forward to seeing it. Okay then, William, over to you.
All right, so as you might have guessed, my week was very similar to yours. So step-wise, it wasn't the best for me, and health-wise and drink-wise, it certainly was fun, but it wasn't good. It was a challenge. I completely forgot that it was my birthday, and so the day before my birthday and the day of my birthday and the day after, I went. It did go a bit crazy. Oh, I had a birthday
Pretty
cake.
much the whole week then.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, but today in the canteen, for example, I didn't have any sweets at all, and yesterday I didn't have any. So I did make some conscious decisions on 3 days out of the 7.
Okay. Could have been worse. Definitely could have been worse. So.
Definitely.
Okay. So, progress towards the measurable goals. I'm looking for some numbers from you two today. For me, my progress has been in the wrong direction. It's been backwards. Since weigh-in last week, I've put on 1.5 kilos, 1.6 kilos, and unless I fix things now, my end of year goal of 85 kilos is at risk. So I will take responsibility for my actions and get things going in the right direction. I was looking forward to having a good weigh-in this week because I thought, I've been eating and drinking too much, but there's been lots of exercise as well. But I've known. And part of the problem this week is I've been too lazy or too afraid to get on the scale. I find that when I weigh myself each day, and there are plenty of people out there that say, oh, you shouldn't weigh each day because it is not good for you. If that works for them, that's fine. But for me, I find the benefit of weighing each day because then it keeps you motivated or keeps you consequent. So that goal's at risk. Also, a couple of weeks ago, I threw it out there that my goal was to go to America and halfway back.
Mm-hmm.
I sat down today and did some calculations, and I realized that the goal is not achievable. It would mean that every week from now until Christmas, I need to walk 200 kilometers. So I'm going to have to backtrack on that goal and come up with something else. But all in all, the walking's still going well. I find it extremely boring sometimes. It's hard to get the daily steps in sometimes, but I do it. So was it this week I drove up to Munich, or was that last week?
Monday, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it could be since our last broadcast. I had to go up to Munich. I left in the evening. It's normally a 3-hour drive. It took me 5 hours, and I realized that there was no way that I was going to get my steps in. So I stopped on the highway in a rest area, motorway rest area, and I spent an hour just walking around and around and around and around. And just before midnight, I got my daily step goal up to 16,000, and then I got back in the car, and then I drove the next 2 hours to get to.
God, talk about down to the wire.
Yeah, because my intention was that I would get to Munich by about 10:30 at night, check into the hotel, and then do the walking. But there I was. It was freezing cold. It was raining, but I just had to do it. I couldn't give up on the goal. So it's getting to be an obsession now. All right, so that's me. Over to you, Thomas.
Well, the good news is I'm in 38-inch trousers or 30-inch waist. I did use a tape measure for that. I have not stepped on the scales for quite a while. Scales are in a box somewhere that we still haven't unpacked. But I think I'm still doing it. So I've been worried that this move was going to have an adverse impact on my health. I was confident that it was going to go well, and I think it has gone pretty well. But I can't give a measurable number yet. I haven't set on the scales. I don't know. I'm a little nervous.
Why?
Well, my progress in this it's always felt a little bit sort of slow and steady. Not really sort of bigger numbers. It's been kind of smaller, but pretty consistent. I'm worried that with it being smaller hiccups can have a much bigger impact. If that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. But for you now, it's easy. Your next goal is clear. Your next goal is find the scales and get them out of the box.
Yeah.
You can do that today. That can be done.
Yeah.
And now as a homeowner, you have the opportunity. You have so much work ahead of you. You've already alluded to the bicycles. You've got bicycles. You can really get things moving now. So don't be nervous. Just use this. You got most of the stress behind you now.
Mm-hmm.
If you still cut down on the bread, that's good news.
Yep.
Your targets are more than achievable. The irony is that I see there you're losing the inches and then you got kilos. So a true international family. So
yeah, notice that myself.
Let's get a measured progress report next week. Okay?
Yeah.
All right then, William, over to you.
All right, so the last time I weighed myself was last week. I actually did it last night, but somehow I didn't measure it. On the 30th of August, I was 91.7 kilos. And I think yesterday I was around 92.8 or something. So almost a kilo within a week. But yeah, that was a small hiccup, I guess. And if I don't eat any sweets for the next week, it'll be gone by then. So we'll see.
So for the two of you, when your scales are readily available, how often
Yes.
do you weigh?
Pretty much daily.
Every other day.
Okay. Yeah, it can work both ways. It's a good feeling when you get on there and you've lost half a kilo or a pound, and that helps to start the day well. And also, if you've overeaten, then you very quickly see the consequence of the overeating, so it's easier to keep things under control.
Sure.
So get them out of the box and get moving. So here we are, episode 32. When you look back, we're now first week in September. William, what are you most proud of? And don't say your father and your brother. What are you most proud of?
I was actually going to say something like you, Daddy. So what am I most proud of about myself?
Yeah.
I don't know, if I look back to where I was last year with, I don't know, doing the occasional average of 30 steps a day in my small apartment, I've just come a very long way. And when I look back at photos of me from last year, and especially in America, 4 years ago, I didn't look that bad, but I don't know, last year was a all-time low. So yeah, I'm proud that I managed to lose a lot of weight and yeah, starting to look better month by month.
Okay. Yeah, I remember. I hope I can say this now. I can remember sitting with you on your birthday down in Klagenfurt a year ago, thinking, goodness gracious me. I didn't realize quite how cuddly you were. And that's definitely a thing of the past now. You almost, when we got to the top of the mountain the other day, you almost looked as good as me. Almost. Okay, so that's a good thing to be proud of. Good achievement. All right then, you, Thomas.
I'm proud of the length of commitment that we've all shown to this. I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to be honest about our little hiccups, the little lapses in judgment, and I'm proud of the fact that I think as a family, we've all been able to do this in a way that we've never done it before. I think a lot of the times in the past, this losing weight has been such a the process has been so flawed because one of us will get really excited about it and we'll make that our lives, and then we'll try and persuade the other people to join in, but then it will kind of backfire and it'll actually make them feel worse about themselves. I think the way we've done it this time, it's been really supportive. It's been great. It's been a, hey, if you want to join in, do that. If not, it's no big deal. I just think the way we've communicated has been a lot better.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely agree. So, anything else you're proud of, or?
I'm proud of a lot of things, but those
Okay.
in particular.
For me, I'm proud of the ease at which I went up the mountain this time. That was the third or fourth time I've done it. The fourth time I've done it.
Mhm.
And the other 3 times were I achieved the goal through sheer determination. And when I look back, quite possibly I was lucky not to have had a heart attack when I consider the stress that I must have put my body under to get up there. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud also that I now have a bit of a reputation in the area. William said that he went to his fire practice the other day, or not fire practice, there was a fire alarm. And one of the people there said that I'm always on the go, so that's nice. I'm also proud of the fact that we're influencing other people in a good way. I've just been looking at my mail, and there's a woman I work with. I've told lots of people about what we're doing. I've shared the link to the YouTube, and one of the people I work with, she wrote me a work-related mail the other day, and at the end of it, she put, "P.S. The first 3 kilos are gone. Thanks for your help." So it's good to influence people, and you can influence with the stick, or you can influence with the carrot. I was going to say with the cookies, but carrots are more healthy. Not, and William's not going with the sweet stuff, so carrots are good. So yeah, so that's nice. Makes me feel good when other people like what we do as well.
Sure.
We need some good feedback, so we shall keep this thing up. Now we come to the next bit. We're not doing challenge. We're not setting challenges or one general challenge for all of us anymore. So, do you guys have any challenges in mind for yourself for the coming week?
Yeah, I think mine is definitely one of them is going to be number one, get the scale out, and number two, I want to get my first proper workout in at this house by next week.
How are you going to do that? What kind of workout?
Well, the good thing about local Craigslist is there's always some fitness equipment that someone bought that's next to brand new, but they just only ever used it a couple of times. They're selling dirt cheap. So I'll probably check that out, check the marketplace out, get some used fitness equipment, and start working out again in the garage.
Yeah, that would be great. It's a good space.
Yeah.
Okay. And you, William?
I think I'll do the no sweets again, or I'll try it again. Well, it's not that I didn't try; I just forgot it was my birthday week. Um, However, I do have some yogurts in the fridge, and I don't want to throw them out, so I don't know if I should what I should do with those unless I freeze them and eat them next week. I don't know.
Okay. So no sweets for William. For me, it's hard to get motivated. I'm going to, by this time next week, I'm going to be down below the 93 point. Last week I was 93.6. I will be below 93.6. I am not going to lose sight of the goal now. So I shall be below 93.6. And I will have used the punch bag. But this was the consequence of too much eating and drinking and not enough weighing during the last week.
That's Mommy's fault.
I didn't say it was. It's not about blaming. There was not one time when you forced the beer down my throat or the food in my mouth. It was there, and it's all about choices.
Yeah.
There were some nights I made good choices. Some nights I got the beer from the fridge. I put the can on the table, and the beer stayed in the can. I didn't open it. There were other nights that I can't say the same. But overall, I will fix it. For the steps, it was a great week for steps for me. 10,000 or 10 kilometers more than the previous week, so that's good. I'll get out and do a few more later on, so I'm happy with what we did there. And you, William?
Yeah, not bad. I'm feeling very rough today, so I haven't done the 10,000 yet.
Okay. And you, Thomas, in spite of everything, you're still up this week compared to last week.
Well, I couldn't let you guys just pull away like that. It's got to do a little bit.
Okay. All right, then. So we're pretty much coming up to the 30 minutes, 27 minutes. So I think today we will finish this a couple of minutes early, and then we can all go and focus on sport for the rest of the day, or sleeping,
Goody.
or breakfast,
or moving, unpacking.
Yeah.
All
right,
right.
then, Tom, it is time for you to do your stuff.
Absolutely. All righty, guys. Another week in the books. Another exciting week full of challenges and obstacles to overcome. Just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in. It is always my pleasure. I know you guys love doing it as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care. Good